Do you ever stop to think that if the Republicans had things going the way the Democrats did with proportional representation, you'd still be in the race?
I might even be leading in the race. Yeah, there's no doubt that the way the game was set up with winner-take-all states, particularly when you look at some of those states being winner-take-all, there's states that are not even factors in November for Republicans. New York, New Jersey, Delaware, Connecticut. These are not states where a Republican is going to have any hope of winning in November. And yet those are states that, in essence, help deliver the delegate votes. But we all knew the rules going in. You play by the rules you have. You don't sit around and complain about it. And, if I'd gotten all those votes, I'm sure I'd have thought it was the greatest idea that anybody ever came up with.
Strategically, which Democrat do you think gives McCain a better chance to win?
It's hard to say because so many things can change between now and then. I mean, if the election were held today, which it is not, but if it were held today, I'd say Hillary's the one he'd probably rather run against because there's this just sort of almost irrational movement with Obama. But by November, that could be radically different, and it could be that Obama's the better person. Because if people start analyzing what will his promises cost us in terms of reduced paychecks, increased taxes, and then it could be a dramatically different picture out there.
Arguably the person you clashed with most over the campaign was Mitt Romney, and there's a lot of buzz about him actually being chosen as vice president. Would you think that would help or hurt Republicans if that happened?
It's hard for me to say. I think people rarely vote for the president based on who's the vice presidential nominee is. I think it can have some impact. It probably is something that, depending on who the person is, can do more harm than it can just make people come out in droves. But I still think that the party will rally behind our ticket. I just believe that.
Why do you think you and Romney got into it so much?
I don't think we did. I mean, he attacked me. I didn't attack him. But he spent, $1 million beating me up in Iowa. He spent the same kind of money, working McCain over in New Hampshire. It doesn't exactly make you, want to go out to dinner together after you've been called everything from a liberal to, the weak on crime, and you have a record that totally, disputes that. So, that's politics. As I tell people, this ain't beanbag. You run for president, and you have to understand it's a full contact sport. But you just want to make sure that the competition is all played on the field.
What's next for you?
I don't know. It's kind of like, what do I want to be when I grow up? I'm not sure. Next week, my wife and I are going to take some time, take a few days away, kind of decompress and start thinking about, what are the next steps. But at this point, we haven't made any firm commitments to anything or anybody.
Have you ruled out a run for Senate?
Absolutely, yeah. The filing deadline's already passed for one thing, but even if it hadn't, no way.